Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I welcome you all to the Defence Technical Session 3 of the KDU International Research Conference 2014, which speakers will present their papers on the sub-theme Maritime Security and Way Forward. It is my pleasure to introduce the chairperson of the session, Dr. Smurti Patanak, to the audience. Dr. Smurti is a research fellow at Institute of Defence Studies and Analysis in India. Her area of specialization is South Asia. Her current research project is titled as India's Near Abroad, What Ails Its Neighborhood Policy. She holds a PhD degree in South Asian Studies from the School of International Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. She specializes on role of states of India's neighborhood policy, military in politics, civil-military relations in South Asia, issues of nationalisms and national identity in South Asia. She was a visiting professor on ICCRs in India. Dr. Patanak has been a recipient of many international fellowships. She was selected to attend the Symposium on East Asian Security program conducted by the U.S. State Department and U.S. Pacific Command in 2011. She has lectured on India's foreign policy and South Asia at the Colombo University and also at our university, Sir John Kotalawala Defence University, Asia Centre in the University of Melbourne, University of Karachi, University of Peshawar, and University of Dhaka. She was the course director of India-Bangladesh Studies program jointly conducted by Jamia Millia Islamia and Dhaka University. She developed a course on political developments in Bangladesh 1971 to 2010 as part of the European Union funded project on curriculum development on peace building in Europe and South Asia, organized by the Nelson Mandela Center for Peace and Conflict Resolution in 2011. Dr. Patanak has published more than 50 articles in various journals, has contributed more than 20 chapters in edited books, and delivered lectures on security issues both in India and abroad. Whilst thanking she being here with us today, accepting our invitation, I now cordially invite Dr. Smurti Patanak to the stage and chair the Defence Technical Session 3.
A very good afternoon to all of you, and I hope after a sumptuous lunch and with a topic on Indian Ocean, which is very, very interesting from the Sri Lankan perspective as well as from the Indian perspective, I'm sure this particular topic will keep all of us, awake and will continue to interest us throughout the lectures which will be delivered by the presenters as well as the discussion. Now let me come to the Indian Ocean as a reason. As all of us we know that this particular ocean has been the major transit and transshipment route a source through which the energies have been transited through the Indian Ocean region to various parts of the world, and that is why it is extremely significant reason. And also at the same time, during the Cold War, if you remember, this was a particular reason there was concerns regarding militarization of the Indian Ocean region at that point of time. So therefore, at that point of time, there was this talk about making Indian Ocean as a zone of peace, which actually we did not succeed much in that. Nevertheless, I think it is also one of the most important reason, and that is one of the reasons why we have now association like Indian Ocean REAM Association, and we also have Naval Symposium, both the GAL Dialogue, which I think Sitara will be presenting, and also the Indian Ocean Symposium, which also happens annually. That shows also how significant this particular region is, and we also have joint military exercises between India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives for quite some time. And now, of course, the fisherman issue, which also has become one of the major irritant between India and Sri Lanka, which to some extent has been resolved, and one do understand the ramification of this particular issue not being addressed between the two countries and the kind of implications it will have for the two particular countries. With this, let me introduce our first speaker of this session, Admiral Jayanta. he was the former commander of the Sri Lankan Navy and the chairperson of Sri Lankan Shipping Corporation. His research interests include maritime terrorism and international relations related fields. He has presented a number of academic papers locally and internationally for wide diversity of audiences. He is a distinguished alumni of Defense Staff College, Wellington in India, Asia Pacific Center for Security Studies, Hawaii, and Royal College of Defense Studies in the UK. He is also a fellow of Nautical Institute in the United Kingdom and currently the president of the Sri Lanka chapter. He is presently reading for his doctorate in the KDU, and I'm really glad to meet you and meet someone who is pursuing his PhD like us. Over to you, and he is going to present on the topic transforming from conventional to unconventional, how theory of naval warfare was applied to Sri Lanka water for a successful naval campaign. Over to you, sir.